Broadcasting live from Brooklyn, New York, Solutions Review is on location at MobileIron Live 2019. Brought to you by MobileIron.
We are back at MobileIron Live 2019 in Brooklyn, New York. It's a beautiful day, and we're lucky to be joined by a great guest, and that is Pierre Couteau, Senior Director of Strategic Alliances at Samsung. Thanks for being here.
Sure. Thank you very much for having me. It's exciting to be here.
Well, it's MobileIron Live, which means, the first word in that is mobile, and Samsung obviously is one of the kings of the mobile device business. And really the story you're here telling is a very interesting one, in that it's about how you're working with companies like MobileIron, but really independently as well, to make sure that these devices are locked down. Can you talk a little bit about the Samsung strategy in 2019?
Exactly, yeah. So we've been working with MobileIron for over 6 years now. And as we heard this morning, from Simon, from Brian, security is at the core of what we have to do, right? Delivering security, but still in a very user-friendly way. So I think that's the challenge that we are facing in this industry, and how do we make it secure while still very easy, frictionless for the user. So we're very excited to be working with MobileIron on these aspects of mobile first.
Well, and Samsung has got a big job in with regard to device management, because you make so many devices, and it's really all of these different products that you make at the edge, and it's not only mobile devices, but it's displays, and it's watches, and a whole myriad of edge endpoints, and really I think the demand that's coming from the employee in the enterprise is, how can I keep all those devices that I enjoy and get value out of while still being able to perform my job within an organization?
Exactly, yeah. So Samsung, we've been shipping over 1 million devices a day to consumers. Consumers go into the enterprise, they work, they want to use their mobile devices to be more productive, but security, of course, has to be granted, right? So for us, it's exciting to see that not just mobile devices, by the way, as you mentioned, your smartphones, tablets, watches, displays, all of these need security. So our Knox security framework that we've been working on for the last 6 years now is going to all these devices, and all these devices can be managed by MobileIron.
Well, and you're so ubiquitous. I mean, and Knox is something that you've invested a lot of time in. Can you go a little deeper in terms of how folks like MobileIron are integrating with the Knox framework and really helping enterprises lock it down?
So every 6 months we deliver a new version of Knox, of the framework. We have over 1,500 APIs. So the challenge, with MobileIron was, how quickly can we get all those new features that we ship every 6 months be adopted, be supported by MobileIron. And we're very excited that this quarter we've announced the partnership with MobileIron to support what we call a Knox service plugin, which is a new way leveraging the Google OEM config to support devices, to support those new features as soon as they are available on devices. So we have demos here at MobileIron Live to show customers how now they can really leverage all those new features on the day that we launch them. So it's pretty
because
exciting.
it really is a BYOD world, right? It used to be up in the air whether we were going to be BYOD, but I'm sure you're pro BYOD, but it really is, in the end, what the enterprise is ultimately adopting.
Exactly. So today we see about 1/3 corporate liable versus 2/3 BYOD, and so we need to make sure that our customers can really deploy devices, whether it's their own corporate liable devices or devices that their employees bring to the office. And so having the ability to secure all these devices regardless of where they come from, I think is the key, and we can address this challenge with MobileIron.
And so what are you telling your customers with regard to, your customers, there's so many, you're not talking to them individually, but what are the messages that you're really offering in terms of security and in terms of advice around how to deal with using their own devices?
Security has been at the core when we started, addressing the enterprise about 6 years ago. And for us, having this security and easy usability, making it easy to deploy devices to the enterprise users, having all these biometrics capabilities on the device, whether it's a fingerprint, an iris detection, face detection. So having all these capabilities in the device, passwordless. We heard this morning, about this. We don't like passwords.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because in the end, that's the interesting part about the mobile device these days, is the ability to overlay biometric authentication in lieu of a password.
Exactly. So everything has to be secure, but our goal with MobileIron is to make it super easy for the user. So we have all these biometrics now, super secure biometrics, available on the device, and all this work that we've heard this morning with MobileIron Access being available, using the biometrics to authenticate you anywhere and making it a very seamless experience. I think that's really what the end users are waiting for.
Well, and the demo they did do this morning was incredibly successful,
Exactly.
not only because it went off seamlessly, but because it does show the new world of how enterprises can move beyond the password, and I think that's really where everybody is going to end up.
Exactly. So we see mobile first, as the key. Everybody's using their mobile phones, and also this year we're pushing digital transformation with what we call Samsung DeX, desktop experience, which is so having a full desktop experience powered by mobile. And we have a lot of customers. We get a lot of traction on this. And now with this new support from MobileIron to the Knox service plugin, all these DeX APIs are now supported by MobileIron. So we're going to be able to really push forward with this digital transformation in a number of industries, a number of verticals, together with MobileIron.
Pierre, this is a fascinating topic. I appreciate you coming by. It's certainly something that everybody should be paying attention to because it is a BYOD world and it is going to be a no password world, and you need to understand how you're going to be able to leverage the kind of innovations that Samsung's using with Knox, along with the types of solutions that MobileIron and companies like that are bringing to the table. It's an amazing world. It's a huge challenge, but it's being tackled.
It's exciting. Yeah. Thanks for the partnership. Appreciate it.
Thank you.